Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mortier. I'm called to come back and continue those messages about the law of one. Although it is a very small committee of people that I'm talking to right now, it is still important to communicate. For I do not have more knowledge or more, I'm not any more than anyone else. We all have everything we need within ourselves. For we are already whole, we are already complete, we are already wise, we already have it all, and we need to realize that every day to sign on self, be true, to be the love we are, and we are growing. That being said, I thank you for following, for subscribing, for following my messages, for following those videos, for supporting those ideas, those higher ideas. For in essence, words are are good, but they do not teach us all that much. They are triggered. They are triggered to align ourselves to certain ideas, and then it is our experience that is providing the teaching, the knowledge. For in essence, we are all equal to one, and we are all equal to love, and this law of one is a living principle, a mirror that reflects us eternally, whatever we project, and so in many sense, it is infinitely simple to understand intellectually, but infinitely complex to apply, as to become one with the whole universe. The universe is really big. Even just on the Earth plane, it is quite difficult to become one with all the dark and all the light. For we want to become first aligned with all the light. For we want to be only light. We want to eliminate all the darkness within ourselves in order to be that flame, to be the light. And the darkness is only part of the process that others will be able to contemplate that darkness with this ignorance without having to judge it, and be free from that as time goes on. For all the planets are going direct right now. All the major planets are going direct. So it is a time of action. It is a time to move forward. So do not hesitate. Whatever you feel like doing, do it now. And also be grateful for all the gifts that you have. We all have unique gifts, and so unique intuition, unique whatever life gives us is to appreciate that those gifts are unique to ourselves. So I'm not anymore whatever. I'm here to call to communicate on those things. For it is more an energy level. I'm using words and tools and process that I explained, that I've learned through for 30 years. I've been implicated in the spiritual ascension process, and through my art, through the creation of my art, through this process of. So my art is about spiritual symbolism and understanding. I have been a chance to discover all kinds of aspects of the higher dimensional nature that we are all connected to. But everybody's got the same potential. Everybody's the same unity. Nobody's higher or lower. Just working on different part of the law, different part of the different cycle within the law, this different cycle within the process of eternal life and unification. For we are moving closer to the new moon in Aquarius, so it will be a time to organize large project, large group of people. So it is very important to trust that, to know that things are coming together. And so yeah, I'm not here to validate my own understanding. I'm here because I know that whatever I'm communicating, this energy I bring is helping, is assisting. It's encouraging everyone that's listening to those messages, that are attracted to those messages, to anchor this light, to know that, to reinforce this inner light that is you, that is your true self, that your divine soul, that is actually unfolding right now. And so I know those messages are useful, and that's why I'm continuing to do them. So energy is much more than words, huh? But there is all kinds of awakening. All the world is awakening. Right now we're trying to serve the light working communities, those that are already attuned to those frequencies. But the whole world at large will be awakening, and so it's going to be a lot of chaos for the dark and light in the political stage, and on all those level of material, all those material aspects. We will continue to move into this chaotic aspect until they are released and they will come into alignment. For we want to find our own freedom within the process. And everybody's learning and growing. We are all learning and growing together. For some of my ideas are maybe far out, something about extraterrestrials and that we have all of God within ourselves, all those things, and that there is only one God, no matter what religion or beliefs. We all are divine beings, eternal beings, that death is just a transient thing, and we are all eternal divine beings. Those things may be far out in relationship to the time and space we live in, but in the future those things will be integrated. and maybe it's too far out for some people, but in many sense, I will soon move into a state where I'm going to be able to manifest my project, and as I manifest more financial abundance, and all my project will become I will show great success into the material success into the world. A lot of people will have no choice but to turn towards those ideas, because they will see, well, if it works, why not for me? Because the most thing people respect is material success. There's nothing that much is respected in the world except that. Although for those who have eyes to see, my paintings are already a success. For many years, I know that my success is not depending on my material experience. It is depending on my ability to be sincere within myself in relation to what I seek. So I wanted to invite you to use to visualize, to utilize, to call on the Archangel Uriel, to utilize the silver light. Silver light can be drawn in from, visualize a silver light that is spinning on top of your head, and bring this light into you. So this silver light is the light of empowerment, is the light of the future. For the future is something we do not know. Once the future is known, it becomes the present. And sometimes we are shown the future, but it is not yet manifested. For our soul and spirit already know what is coming up, but we are only allowed to see so much. So call on the Archangel Uriel. It is make it a friend. Call on the archangels or the angels or the ascended master as friends. They are friends and teachers. It is very important to address our personal issues. It is not very comfortable, but it is the best way to assist the world and assist ourselves. For everything, a certain lower cycle needs to end in order to move into. There is always something new and better that emerges. But sometimes there is a delay when we let go of something in the past that no longer serve us. We know we let go of that issue, and then it takes a little while for the new to emerge. Like between the conception and the birth of a child, there is a 9 months process, and so it is a process. We have to accept the process, but trust that there is always something better that will come to replace an inferior cycle. It's part of the process of the creation in this universe, the process of evolution in this universe. And it is the best way to assist the collective ego is to address our own personal issues. Also, sometimes since we are ascending with our physical body, the purification of the physical body is important, and that can create a great deal of discomfort, but it is important to allow to be comfortable with the uncomfortable sometimes, because it is it allows us to move faster, to move through the process and accept the darker aspect of ourselves, to love, to integrate, to assist, to heal, to forgive all those darker aspects, so that higher aspect of ourselves can come into alignment. Sometimes there's darker shadows that prevents those higher parts of ourselves to come into alignment. As we address the shadows, we let them go. We call on this archangel, or we call on a great friend. We can also call on to call on him every day is the ascended master Saint Germain, to come in with his violet flame, the flame of transmutation, of transfiguration, to assist us. For he can help us with physical illness, physical healing. It can assist us with transmutation of doubts and fear. It can assist us with financial abundance. So call on him. He's a good friend, and he's very implicated within the power of transformation of the physical world of the earth. And so do call on him. He will assist you, or Lady Portia, or Archangel Zadkiel, or Lady Amethyst. Those are the guardians of the violet flame. Become the violet flame. Turn into the violet flame. Forget your body. Just become that flame, and learn to transmute that. For it is very important to call on to call on those flame, and for the sacred flame and fires is really where we'll be able to transmute all kinds of things. For Saint Germain was an ascended master, but he lived on the planet Earth in a physical form, and he had to find a way to live eternally in his youth, to keep his youth for hundreds of years. He lived in the 17th, 18th century, and he was also financially abundant. He had infinite abundance. He created He could create diamonds and gold, and all. It was a magician. He had the power of the magician, and he still does, but now he's in ascended form. And he created all kinds of paintings and invention in the 18th century, in the chateau of Chambord. It was the King Louis XV gave him this castle, but nobody ever saw anything that he did, and he hid it away. And I think we will be able to bring that into the world very soon. There'll be a when he calls me on to do that, he put everything, he hid everything away, but we will be able. It's like treasures that will be able to bring into the world. So we're going to see how we're going to do that. I'm kind of looking forward to sip champagne with him and celebrate all those new. For he's created, he painted paintings about everything, and he made some amazing invention in the 18th century. But he knew that men were not ready to accept what he was doing. So at the end of his life, when he ascended and departed, he hid everything away. So we'll see what comes up as a result of that. So Colin Saint-Germain is a good friend, and he will assist you in every possible way in relationship to physical health, transmutation, or financial abundance. We want to also have compassion for the dark souls, those who are fighting against the program. For the Earth is ascending, we're moving from third dimension to fifth dimension, but we have to pass through the fourth dimension, which is the dimension of dreams. Dreams can include nightmares as well. So the darker souls were trying to continue to infuse fear and nightmares into the collective consciousness through the media, through the monetary system, through the political system, so they can continue to try to prevent this ascension, but they will not be able to. The Earth is ascending. It's part of a process that is beyond any one will. It is a cosmic happening, and so have compassion for them. For they've done that by ignorance, this power over this. They recognize themselves as the power they can exert onto the world, but they at the end of their incarnation, they will have to face all of the suffering they inflicted on others, and what they're going to have to face is much worse than what they inflicted on others. So have compassion for them, for they do not know what they do, otherwise they would not be doing it. And so understand also that life is just you and life, you and God. As the Quran says, there is, and you don't even want to be you want to be life. You want to fuse into life, fuse into God, become that. Eventually, it's all that is. It's what the Quran reveals. Also wanted to say that I've been reading the Urantia, and I saw that Jesus was very severe in his teaching. At the end of his life, it was very, very severe in his teaching, but it's a bit the same as Mahomet. They were facing with so much prejudice and so much darkness. They had to be really strong, and they were living in a time that was extremely polarized, when now it is the time of unification has come. So now we want to unify through love, and all those beings are still up there on the higher plane, assisting us as guide and friends to reconnect to our own divine natures. Also, I wanted to celebrate the Chinese New Year in January. I was so eager to move out of the dog year to move into this pig year that I thought it was on the 5th of January. We were moving into the Chinese New Year when it's coming in February. So I apologize. Nobody quoted me on that, but I realized that I was a bit ahead of my time, with that. I apologize for that. And so also the idea of, I'm going to put a few cards to give guidance and to see if with the Dakini. Did I do that already? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, but we'll redo it if that's on French video. The highest wisdom for us is the highest priestess, is Isis. It is the card of intuition. It is a great deal of intuition. Not everything can be known all at once, but accept things as they unfold. There is great depth that is coming up. And that is where the wisdom comes in, to pay attention to the details, the little details, that the information that comes from your source, from your guides, from your creator, from your soul. What we need to understand is the burning bush, the lineage tree. It is about the revelation. So much is being revealed through dreams, through intuition, through meditation, through life, through communication. So be in a receptive mode. You always want to be in a receptive mode to receive what life has to teach you. Life is everywhere present. There is higher intelligence within all beings and all things, and God can mobilize all beings and all things, independent of individual will, in order to fulfill His plan when men are ready. What we need to do is the threefold riddle. It is about letting go of the psychological temptation of needing to solve every problem mentally. Certain things cannot be solved, so it's about letting go. And the outcome is asylum. It is finding this inner peace, this inner state of being, that where we are able to find this serenity outside of the world of mind and thought. For mind is very useful, for we are learning from the mind is growing and evolving, but it is within the feeling realm. And so first we need to rest, then we need to make plans, and then we need to act upon it. All the planets are going direct, so it is time to act. I wanted to Chiron. We're still the planet Chiron. It's been I had a return of Chiron in my chart. Chiron is one of the most important planets because it's conjunct my sun in Pisces and when my time of birth, and it is the wounded healer, and this wounded healer is about to leave Pisces, which was very difficult for a few years. He was showing us our wounds in such a way that it was very, very painful. But all those wounds have been shown, and now within a month from now, it's going to go into a 51-year cycle where it's going to go all the way around the zodiac, and it's going to go into Aries and move into it's going to bring the healing into the fire of Aries. So it is powerful, and so we'll continue to work with Chiron, but it will be not as difficult to handle as it was in the past. 3D love and 5D love are very different. 5D love is not emotional. It is not when 3D love has tendency to be emotional. For we love something, we have an emotion. It can be romantic love. Also, romantic love we want to love everybody unconditionally, but in terms of relationship, we cannot be totally unconditional. We have to have a balanced energy. We cannot allow anything. We have to go into what feels right. So it's about balanced relationship, to respect yourself and respect your partner in essence. And to open yourself to love, to open your heart, to find someone who vibrate on the same frequency as you are, to mirror yourself, to be a true match. You're looking for a true match for who we are. And that will unfold to great emotion, great joy, great because joy that is shared is not joy double, it's joy multiplied by 10. It's like so much fun. So romantic love is wonderful. But when you talk about 5D love and conditional love, it means loving the world, but that does not mean to be intimate with those people that we do not like, or we do not share their thoughts and view, or we think they are working on an inferior cycle, or they are impure, or they're doing a perverse thing. It is about not attaching the idea that we need to judge them for what they do. They are going through their process. It's about sending good thoughts, violet fire, or blue fire, violet fire, pink fire, whatever fire we feel right at the time, but sending good thoughts to them and let them go, to love them from a distance. For it is not about connecting to their process. It's allowing them to know that their soul will teach them what they need to know, but not to have negative tie to them. And so not to become attached or connected to any form of darkness, but to still have the respect to separate yourself by this love. You detach from negative connection in relationship to those process. For all we need is love, and we all need love, and even those who refuse this love and acceptance of this higher path and frequency are still benefiting from our action of sending out this love and love light. And they do receive it on some higher level, so that it affects them positively. Understanding that belief creates our reality. It is our belief that creates our reality. It is what we think is becoming. Where our attention goes, the energy flows. So as we change our thoughts, we pay attention to what we think. Belief is a thought that we keep thinking, habitual thoughts. So as we change our beliefs, we change our thoughts, our thought process in relationship to anything, our reality has to change. There is no choice but for reality to change. And so we want to focus on as much as possible on the outcome, on what is wanted, on the freedom that is at the end of the process. Do not so much being concerned on how we're going to get there. Just focus on that, and the faster as we move into that, once we feel it's completely present, the time will collapse in between, and the experience will be there. And yes, so yes, so there is those two forces that are opposing themselves. Or the company of heaven is moving towards this enlightenment, and then there is the brothers of darkness that are trying to oppose that. But those who are not ready the universe is ascending, the planet is ascending, and so there is no choice. Those who are not ready to change and reform will be expurged from the system. They will be sent somewhere else. And so the trust, know, love, heal, create, rejoice, and focus on that. Know that even though those feelings we can feel that at time, and sometimes those feelings may be elusive, they change, and we move back to old cycle. Eventually, to know that this will become a permanent state, and then we'll never return to suffering, we'll never return to fear, we'll never return to doubts, we'll always be in this enlightenment. So it's about trusting this inner presence, this inner voice, and to know that this will happen, and this is happening as we continue to trust it and let go. So the card of the day is the Two of Raphael. It's a very romantic card. It's about love and romance, about having fun. It's about enjoying ourselves. It's about sharing. It says two hearts are assembled to create something marvelous. Soulmate. Do not abandon those you love. And there was a card that escaped. It was the Great Priestess. It's the Great Priestess, the Archangel Eniel. Psychic capacity. It's like the same thing that was the wisdom. It's also the same card as in the Dakini. Psychic reflection and meditation that provides provide information of great value. Be in peace. So trust your intuition, trust your insight. They will continue to unfold the more we trust. I wanted to show a few paintings that are also evolving. This one is finished, and this one is complete, but this one is still in process. It's about the ascension of the planet. I'm not sure I was going to create a great cosmic beings over it. Maybe it will happen. The head will be here, and the heart, and then it will be seated, and then the navel will be centered on the earth. But maybe it's not necessary. I'm not really sure. Sometimes they're very experimental, those paintings. Sometimes they give me a hard time, but I'm learning a lot through them. This one is the number 3 painting about the meeting of the Andromeda galaxy and the Milky Way galaxy. And here there's the DNA, but it's not quite finished also. It's the third painting on that series. And this one is also not finished, but it's about the organization of the Orvonton. It's called. It's the super universe of Orvonton. It's with the great Milky Way at the center, and this is Uversa, the central world. There are 10 major sectors, and each major sector is connected to 100 minor sectors. So this is and our planet is here, Urantia. Each minor sector, which is the little dots, here is connected to 1 billion planets, billion inhabited world. So it is a highly populated world. We believe that we're alone in the galaxy, we're alone in the universe, but as we ascend and grow into a higher frequency of being, we will come to realize that life, the whole universe is teeming with life, and this physical world is just the tip of the iceberg. For there is great there is a great deal of realities, of living realities that are completely invisible, that lives within the Morantiel and spiritual level. And we all connected to that. We're all part of that. We're all one with that. And so there is a great deal of joy and treasures that will unfold as we allow our soul and spirit to reveal those things to us. It is about the time. And so I hope you enjoyed this time. I hope you enjoyed these messages. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song that warns us to not go into codependency, to go into a habitual relationship, to let go of a habit. And if a relationship is over, let it go. For sometimes people get together because of children. But if there is no more love in a relationship, that means we have learned everything we need to learn from. So it's better to split apart, to let the relationship go in good terms rather than fight for years and move on to the next level of relationship. But this song is also important because it's the original song that inspired this very famous song that's called My Way. This is the original song of Claude François, comme d'habitude. Je me lève, je te bouscule, tu ne te réveilles pas comme d'habitude. Sur toi, je remonte le drap, j'ai peur que tu aies froid comme d'habitude. Ma main caresse tes cheveux, presque malgré moi, comme d'habitude. Mais toi, tu me tournes le dos, comme d'habitude. Alors, je m'habille très vite, je sors de la chambre, comme d'habitude, tout seul. Je bois mon café, je suis en retard comme d'habitude. Sans bruit, je quitte la maison, tout est gris dehors comme d'habitude. J'ai froid, je relève mon col comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude, toute la journée, je vais jouer à faire semblant. Comme d'habitude, je vais sourire. Comme d'habitude, je vais même rire. Comme d'habitude, enfin je vais vivre. Comme d'habitude. Et puis, le jour s'en ira. Moi je reviendrai comme d'habitude. Et toi, tu seras sorti, pas encore rentré comme d'habitude. Tout seul, j'irai me coucher dans ce grand lit froid, comme d'habitude. Mes larmes, je les cacherai, comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude, même la nuit, je vais jouer à faire semblant. Comme d'habitude, tu rentreras. Comme d'habitude, je t'attendrai. Comme d'habitude, tu me souriras. Comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude, tu te déshabilleras. Comme d'habitude, tu te coucheras. Comme d'habitude, on s'embrassera. Comme d'habitude. Comme d'habitude, on fera semblant. Comme d'habitude, on fera l'amour. Comme d'habitude, on fera semblant. Comme d'habitude. Well, thank you for sticking till the end. I hope you enjoyed this message, this video. For it is a great time to move forward. So I have so much to do, but I wanted to come and say hello. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.